G'day guys, Kami here. Welcome to the final challenge, the most wicked person, and that's Gizarov of this Halloween second year event. So yep, we'll be using these characters. MVP will be Rosalia, Therese, Sophia, Ladin, Emmerich, and for Leon, you can just choose anyone who can actually attack and move to greater range. However, for more stabilized play, Leon will be the better option right now. So apparently this is a black tag method of playing, and yep, as we are playing right now, you guys will be hearing me talking about things and describing. So as you can see at the start, we'll be using Almeida to clear off the mist. Okay, so the mist will apparently help reduce damage for our allies to the enemy, and that will actually benefit the enemy. And apparently for this play, even though it's black tag, there's still some RNG factor inside. What we are going to do is apparently to reduce the chance of the great variance of different RNG in this play. So this black tag method is known as the stacking method. It's the same as challenge 4. So instead of using Nam to stack Almeida in one spot, we'll be using Ladin with a combination of Emmerich to force Gizarov to be stuck at a location below. So the reason I'm choosing Leon is to defeat the summon units for greater mobility, and after attacking he can come back and forth to help attack other enemies or Gizarov itself. So in return it will make the play much more stable. So the great thing about Leon is that he has the ability to move 3 squares or tiles after attacking. So Emmerich talent will give a -2 movement speed from enemies. So together with Ladin's 3C, he cannot move or he's going to be immobilized. Then Therese and Sophia will be healing and boosting our allies, because Sophia with her exclusive will add a bit of stats excluding HP to our allies. So yep, she's like a mini faction buffer. Okay, the thing to take note here is that because we try to reduce all the other RNG factor, the only one RNG factor that we are not able to control will be the summoned enemies unit every turn. So you got to be careful. Apparently it will be great if every turn summon enemy units are either at bottom of Rosalia or on the left side of the screen, because Almeida is staying on the left side of our map. So we will use her to clean up the mist without moving too much. So apparently there are some things to take note is that one, Almeida move more than 10 steps or counters. She'll cast a first time round with debuff to cause our allies to be faint. So it's not a good thing. We do not want that to happen. Second thing is to take note of the turns 3, 6, 9 and 4, 8, 12. On turn 3, Gizarov will start spamming one of the skills to push the allies into the map, to the back of a map. And on turn 4, which is the most dangerous skill, he'll be casting the skill that is of a black hole icon. So apparently he will damage enemy, recover the mist on the terrain, then override terrain like your aura buff, like maybe the sword soul. But apparently I'm not sure if I have miscount or is that a bug, but I do know that every 4, 8, 12 turn when he casts the black hole skills or ability, the holy sword protection skills got kind of got removed or banished. So yeah, on the 4th turn he'll be casting the black hole skill. So not only will he recover the mist terrain, the most dangerous stuff is that he will cause healing reversal, or allies that got self-heal by themselves will have to take reversal damage instead. So apparently at the start of 4th turn, or before the end of 4th turn, you gotta move your healer 2 squares or tiles at least away from Ledin's direction, so they can heal the allies back on the 5th, 10, and turn 15 for HP and without getting damaged themselves. Secondly is that the Holy Sword cast by Roselia has self-healing ability that is not being affected by the healing reversal effect. So that's something to take note about it. Those are the very important stuff. So take note every 3, 6, 9 and 4, 8, 12. You gotta be careful. So 3, 6, 9 is just he will just push you guys back and recover the miss. That's not the greatest threat. The greatest threat is every 4, 8, 12 when he casts a black hole, and that will cause healing reversal and miss. Then next thing to take note, the great RNG is that if he will be summoning characters like Rachel or Hein and Kirikaze instead of Shilinka, because if too much Shilinka is summoned, it might not be a great idea for your healer, because Shilinka has 3C skills where she can just ignore guard from allied, and there's a chance if your healer is not strong enough, they might die. And next is that after defeating Shilinka once, she will be able to get Resurrect once due to a talent. So if you get too much of Shilinka, you might want to focus on hitting or killing her off first. Or you can stick around and use Ledin's 3C to grab her over. Yep. And one thing to take note is that you got to stand in the positions surrounding Gizarov in such a cross format. Do not have more than one character standing up, down, left, and right, because Gizarov will be spamming his first skills, the skill of Reinforce, where he will just zap his way out and teleport to the other direction. So if there's only one enemy on each direction surrounding him, it will force him to not use that first skills, which is apparently a great benefit. We want that to happen because this is a black tag method and we are trying to reduce as much unforeseen circumstances as possible. So yep. So Shilinka is here. We definitely want to defeat her first. So make her fall into slumber. And then retreat. And if Ledin's 3C is done, you can cast 3C on Shilinka and suck her over. So when she wakes up or not, she'll not be able to move around and she has no choice but to get counterattacked by Ledin. And with this, it's going to make the play much easier. This is definitely a very long play, but it's a very stable, a much more stabilized black tag method of playing, because the only RNG you got to be concerned about will be every turn 4th, where he casts Gizarov casting the black hole effect, where you got to just move out of it for your healer. And then the only RNG most dangerous of all is the number of Shilinkas gonna get summoned. And the reason I'm using Leon is that he will be able to travel a further distance to finish off the threat before they come over. So especially you want to finish off characters like Mage, ASAP. Mage are not very dangerous as long as you can just finish them before they reach you. However, once they reach you, it's gonna be very dangerous, because characters like Rachel, they could get her 3C, and same goes for Hein, and I think Heinz even have Armageddon. So if you do not have Bracer, that's definitely not a good idea. And Mage from PV enemies always deal much more damage than your own characters. It's like they have the best of the best enchantment, so gotta be careful. So our best attacker right now in this whole game, our best bet will be Roselia. So always try to trying to boost on Roselia, give her attack and damage buff. She's dealing the most damage, and she's the one casting the Holy Sword to allow characters to heal back without getting healing reversal or damage themselves. So apparently this may be a act of kindness from Zilong So I guess, and maybe they're just trying to promote players to use Roselia. So yeah, apparently for some reason the sword of protection it's not gonna get you healing reversal. So I'm gonna call it it's an act of kindness from Zilong, despite they can choose to make this thing continue to happen. So do you know that despite this black tag method, there are chances that things might gone wrong. So it will always be best if you have clock with you. And apparently I'm using clock right now. Oh, sorry. Later on you'll be seeing that I'll be using clock because of some misplay. However, with this, if you follow this black tag of method playing, you just be spending a little bit of more time. However, play will be much more stabilized, and with just clock alone is enough for you to handle the rest. And do take note, characters from Glory of Light, especially like Latin and so on, they are a very great characters to be used for in any upcoming challenge. So remember to train them, be it your PvE or PvP players, and of course Latin might not be the best idea, however it will be great if you train him. He will be useful in quite a lot of PvE challenge. So without the assistance of Latin's 3C, you'll notice that Gizarov is still able to move one square or tiles out, and that's why you need both Latin and Emmerich to be stucking him at a position or a location so he will not be able to move out and he cannot Langrisser. And I gotta say, your character's gotta be highly trained, especially for Latin, to sustain attack from characters like Kirikaze and Shilinka, who has range attack, and once you can survive everything, it's okay, not a big deal. So as you can see, small misplay that my Sophia is standing a little bit too close to Almeida at the top left side. If she had moved one square at top lower, Shilinka might not be going after Sophia, so small misplay. And just to take note, and apparently if you have checked out, you might have checked out players from other channels, apparently a lot of their damage are more or slightly higher than mine. Max attack I have is just 1007, 1008. I think that's the bare minimum for you to try to speed up your play and getting to finish off the or clear off the game within 15 turns. And of course, if your enchantment are great or characters are that highly trained, you will be able to achieve 1009 to 2000 attacks. That will make your gameplay much faster and easier. So I'm trying to check, or supposedly I'm going to get this bare minimum in my perspective or in how I see it. The bare minimum damage issue goes between 1006 to 1008 to allow you to clear off the game within 15 turns. And do know that you should there's only room for mistake or tolerance for mistake if advisable that when Gizarov HP hits below 30% or 25%. As you can see in my this vid at the later part of the battle towards turn 13 or 14, I will kind of have some misplay where I actually go for the Q without the concerns of the summon minions. So do be careful if your character might not be as strong, not as strong, but the strength level is not similar to mine. You might want to be safer and go for a safer play. Don't try to go for the Q straight. And gotta make sure Sophia healing power is kind of high, or maybe constantly heal herself when you're not healing other allies. So apparently the small misplay that I had later on is I do not constantly cast healing on Sophia, and when she's not healing herself, her healing percentage is very low. She's not able to maintain full HP for her Miko, and she'll be taking more damage from Shilinka and will die. So things to take note. Another thing to take note is that whenever you had rewind, or whenever your characters like letting his 3Cs reset cooldown, kindly spam it on enemy characters who are close to him to summon them over, so he will do counter damage against them. Do not try to use it on Gizarov again. Do not waste your time or chance. And when the 3C ability are in effect, kindly focus on using Leon to finish off enemies that are getting closer, and that will make the game much smoother. And if you're trying to use your Emmerich to go for the Q or just to do some additional attack, try not to move more than 2 squares or tiles, because you definitely want to come back and make sure Gizarov gets stuck at his current positions. Whenever Ladin's 3C effect, it's out for the break leg effect. So these are things that you might need to take note. So I definitely had some misplay, and nonetheless I still managed to clear the game. So the room there definitely allows room for mistake or misplay due to the different kind of RNG on the summon. However, do note that if you want to have this sort of misplay, it will be advised that your character's damage like Leon, Rosalia and Ladin can maintain at least a minimum of 1006 to 1008. If not anything lower than that, then that might not be feasible. And oh yeah, sorry to explain such a long part, that for Emmerich, you don't have to spend too much resource on him. You just need to clear his cavalry class. You don't have to open his other class unless you intend to really do a long-term investment on him, which he will be a good investing character once Bernhard 3Cs come out. But in the meantime, right now, all you need to do is just open his cavalry path and max his character bond to boost his HP as much as possible. It's okay to just give him very low damage. His presence here alone is enough. As long as he survives, he's not dealing a lot of damage. So of course it would be great if you can give him high damage items. Apparently I'm not giving him very OP items. I'm just giving him random items that I have taken out from other characters that I have not been using for some time. So of course, in addition, if you have other characters with items, apparently if you have like Blood Sword or any skills and items that can do additional fixed damage to Gizarov before or after the battle, that will push the game faster. Like Frost Armor, Blood Sword, Mirror Armor, and of course for Emmerich, if you are playing, or for Emmerich or Ladin, if you are playing Enchantment of Taunts, that is another contributing factors to make the game get pushed even faster. So apparently, like I said, Emmerich wise, I'm using Breeze, or not a Breeze, it's a mixture of two different, I'm only using Clock that I rip off from other characters, so that's not a very good play. And Ladin wise, I'm playing Hard Rock. It will definitely boost his defense, more damage, but since I'm not playing taunts for both of these characters, the game might be slower, because do know that when taunts trigger and if Gizarov attack is considered high, you will be able to do much more damage against them and also to attacking enemies. But of course, if you're just playing hard rock like I do, so no worries. The only thing you got to take note is that by playing hard rock, you're also putting yourself at risk when at every turn for 12 and Giza cast the black hole effect. If you're falling below 50% and you're just so lucky that hard rock effect prompt, there's a chance, guys, you will be getting your healing reversal, and that's putting Gladin in danger. So yeah, we in this black tank meta, we are trying to reduce random RNG, reducing the random RNG as much as possible. We're only leaving with the RNG of different summons from the enemy. And of course, if you're getting high Rachel frequently, and of course, if their position is below Roselia or just on the left side of Almeida, which is near Leon or your any flyer or high moving flyer or cavalry characters, it will be great because they can just go finish them and come back and forth to the original position while helping to contribute to damage against Gizarov. And remember, every turn for 8-12, do not leave your characters near Gizarov. At least spread them out 2 squares or tiles from your character so that when he casts a black hole, they will not get a healing reversal. So when they heal their allies, they will not get hurt, and instead they can still recover. So something you can take into consideration is that for carries, you might not need to use Miracle because the cooldown of Miracle is kind of long and it will make kind of cause a small gap in between where certain chance or certain turn when you get hit by AoE and you need to mass heal a lot of characters, but you are not able to, so leaving mass heal, attack blessing, and single targeting heal will be a great factor. Anyway, you have Sophia. Sophia mass heal will cause every allies to have stats increase, so that's gonna be the last thing you're gonna be worried about. So yep, the main damage characters here will be Ladin when he's doing counter attack against Gizarov and Roselia. So of course, if you have trained Emmerich, that's another contributing factors to make the game even faster. So apparently, Kirikaze is not dead, and you definitely can't afford to leave other characters out of the picture to go out when 3C skills is not reset yet. So you definitely got to focus on stacking Gizarov before you have time to attack other characters. So for in this case, Kirikaze is quite near. I can use Emmerich to attack him and then come back again. That's if, well, we can finish off Kirikaze. So, let us try, or maybe not. So I believe Kirikaze will go for Ladin again, so Ladin is quite strong. I'll just stick with it. And I'm gonna move Sophia out, so because apparently Shilinka is attracted to her. So yep, the black hole mind infection effect. And that caused our sword of protection to get removed. So the rest of it is just this way. You'll be seeing the same pattern of battling out. Everything is kind of dry by this time. So the only time you'll be going all out crazy, ignoring other characters, and will be when Gizarov is having, well, probably below 25%, 30 or 25% HP, and this is where we are going to start focusing our attack on him right now. So as you can see, Sophia is not at full HP, and that's why Shilinka is able to one-shot her. Apparently, I kind of hate that. I should have constantly heal her to regain the tempo, but well, nonetheless, it's already last turn. You gotta focus your 3C and attack. So if only Sophia managed to survive one more turn, things will look better. So you got to be careful of Rachel's. Apparently Rachel is having 3C and great AoE, so you definitely don't want her to get close to you. You want to finish her ASAP. So I got no choice. I'll be shifting my Leon to finish her off before going back for Gizarov. So if Sword of Protection, it's out, remember to use Rosalia to reset the sword again. So, yup, we are going to the finals and it's almost the end of the deal. So, we will going to focus our attack power on Gizarov. And so apparently they are fighting inside the mist. So as you can see, the damage there is very little. And I gotta apologize if in case I'm mistaken that the sequence might not be 369 or 512. It might be 2468 and 36912. Apologize. Maybe I'll definitely write down in the description note. I think I may have described a lot wrongly. Very sorry about it. But yep, if you catch a pattern, and remember, definitely going to check out the cooldown of Gizar's skill. So every time, the first time you cast an AoE in this sequence will be the Darkness Dragon Breath, and then followed by the Black Hole. Always watch out for his Black Hole, because the Black Hole is the one that you want to keep him from spamming against you. Alright, this is a final turn. We've only 8% left. We should be able to finish him off without too much trouble. 8%. So, sort of holy sort of protection is the MVP here. So, kudos to the skill. So, right, the sequence always once he casts Darkness Dragon Breath, or in this case, Demonic Breath. The following turn he will be casting Mind Infection, so it definitely is a very easy sequence to watch out and be careful about. And whoa, okay, apparently they are inside the maze, so they're dealing additional damage. That is something to be careful and be concerned about. Oh well, we are at the last turn, so to hell with it, because we're gonna win. So right, attack blessing from Terry's to Rosalia, and that should do the trick. Or if not, we still have Leon. So some misplay from my side. Apologies to viewers out there, but apparently there will be room for mistake, and you can still win the game if you just take note of the sequence. And if you are not experiencing a very good RNG, just retry at least once or twice, you get a heck of it. So congratulations, we have won the challenge. Remember to like and subscribe, and of course we'll be going to the characters, weaponry building, and yep. Again, gotta apologize if my play is not that good, or at certain point it's a bit misleading, so sorry about it if I'm not doing well. Alright, so we'll be looking at our Glory of Light with Empire. So, okay, that in, so here's the Glory of Light buffer. Gotta give him as much defense and magic defense as possible, as it will become his attack and damage. And Rosalia, the most MVP characters, you're gonna need her Sword of Protection, give her as much attack and damage as possible. Then we gotta get our healer. So, okay, Princess, we have Tiaris, and also Sophia. So Tiaris increase her intelligence and healing percentage as much as possible. The same goes for Sophia. And remember to bring along her exclusive items. And alright, last but not least, our two Empire heroes, our strategy hero, Leon and Emmerich. So Leon give him high HP and as much attack as possible, so his defense wise don't have to worry too much for this challenge. And Emmerich just give him some random items to boost his attack and HP as possible. And as you can see, my path is only one single cavalry, so that's all. Remember to like and subscribe. See you and goodbye.